For more than 4 decades, Denzel Washington has carried a presence that feels less like performance and more like belief. In an industry driven by speed, noise, and spectacle, he has moved with intention, choosing restraint over excess and depth over display. His characters do not demand attention through volume or bravado. They command it through stillness, clarity, and moral weight. Behind the accolades and cultural reverence stands a man shaped by discipline, faith, and deliberate choice. His life story is not one of effortless greatness, but of values tested repeatedly under pressure. Integrity for him was never guaranteed by talent or opportunity. It was forged slowly through hardship, self-examination, and moments when the easier path was deliberately refused. That quiet resolve has defined not only his career, but the way he has chosen to live. Growing up between faith and distance, Denzel Hayes Washington Jr. was born on December 28, 1954, in Mount Vernon, New York, into a household structured by faith and responsibility. His mother, Lennis, worked long hours as a beautician, building stability through perseverance and care. His father, a Pentecostal minister, lived by scripture, order, and discipline. Love existed in the home, but it was expressed through structure rather than tenderness. Emotions were contained, expectations clear. As a child, Denzel absorbed this atmosphere quietly, learning that strength often meant self-control. When his parents divorced during his early teens, the shift was subtle but profound. There was no dramatic rupture, only absence and unanswered questions. That emotional distance shaped him deeply, teaching him to stand on his own while quietly searching for direction and meaning beyond what was spoken. Standing near the wrong edge. In the late 1960s and early 1970s, Mount Vernon offered young men limited choices, and Denzel briefly drifted toward peers whose lives would later be marked by loss and incarceration. He has spoken candidly about how close he came to following the same path, not through rebellion, but through restlessness and the desire to belong. The difference between his life and theirs was not luck or superiority, but intervention. His mother recognized the danger before it became permanent and made a decision that felt harsh but proved life-saving. She sent him away to a military academy, removing him from familiar streets and forcing him into discipline. At the time, it felt like punishment. In hindsight, it was protection. That single act redirected his future and taught him the cost of ignoring warning signs. Discipline that rebuilt direction. Military school was unforgiving. The routines were rigid, the expectations constant, and comfort was replaced by accountability. For a young man already carrying emotional distance, it felt isolating. Yet within that structure, Denzel learned something essential: self-command. Discipline stopped feeling like control imposed by others and became a tool for survival. He learned punctuality, responsibility, and endurance without praise. When he returned home, the pull of the streets had weakened. The habits he formed stayed with him, shaping how he carried himself and how others perceived him. Long before acting entered his life, Denzel learned how to stand steady under pressure. That posture, both physical and emotional, would later become central to his performances, giving him an authority that felt earned rather than performed. Searching before finding purpose. Denzel entered Fordham University without a clear dream, driven more by the need for stability than passion. College life was demanding, marked by financial strain and constant work to stay afloat. He cleaned buildings, hauled supplies, and counted hours carefully. During this period, he has said he was not chasing purpose, only survival. The turning point came unexpectedly while working as a counselor at a summer camp, when he filled in during a talent show. His performance was instinctive, unpolished, but honest. A woman in the audience told him simply that he was meant to act. The words lingered. He returned to school, changed his major to drama, and graduated with a sense of direction he had never known. For the first time, effort aligned with calling, paying the cost without compromise. Training at the American Conservatory Theater introduced him to the reality behind artistic ambition. Living conditions were harsh, resources limited, and comfort non-existent. When he returned to New York, security was absent. Auditions brought rejection, and nights were often spent without certainty. During this time, he was offered roles that promised faster success but required moral compromise. Guided by advice from Sidney Poitier, Denzel chose patience over speed. He walked away from opportunities that conflicted with his values, understanding that early choices shape long-term identity. Those decisions slowed his rise, but preserved his self-respect. When recognition finally arrived, it came through roles rooted in truth rather than spectacle. His ascent was not explosive, but it was solid, built on consistency and refusal to surrender integrity. Success, without losing balance. As his career flourished, Denzel remained anchored by faith and discipline. His belief system was not performative. It was practiced privately, shaping daily habits and decisions. Prayer structured his mornings. Physical discipline protected mental clarity. Fame did not alter his values, but it tested them. Long shoots, emotional demands, and creative pressure carried a cost, yet he carried it quietly. His marriage to Pauletta Washington, built long before fame complicated their lives, became a stabilizing force. He has openly acknowledged the sacrifices she made, holding the family together while he carried professional weight. Their relationship endured not through perfection, but through honesty, recommitment, and shared faith. Success, for Denzel, never replaced presence. It challenged him to redefine it. Loss, legacy, and responsibility. The death of his father during the filming of Malcolm X brought unresolved grief. There was no final conversation, no closure. Over time, understanding replaced resentment. He recognized his father's love as restrained, shaped by duty rather than softness. Other losses followed, deepening his awareness of time and silence. These experiences reinforced his commitment to mentorship and quiet generosity. His support of younger artists was rarely public, offered without expectation. When Chadwick Boseman later acknowledged that support, it revealed a legacy lived rather than announced. For Denzel, influence has never been about visibility. It has been about responsibility, passing opportunity forward, and standing present for others in ways that rarely make headlines. A life refined by choice. Today, Denzel Washington measures success by balance rather than accumulation. His work is selective, guided by meaning instead of momentum. His lifestyle reflects function over display, refuge over excess. Aging has brought awareness, not retreat. Health, time, and stillness have become teachers rather than threats. His story is not one of avoiding hardship, but of meeting it with restraint and principle. From a boy sent away to be saved to a man who quietly saves others, his life stands as proof that greatness does not require surrender. It requires discipline, faith practiced privately, and the courage to choose integrity when no one is watching. His journey invites reflection, reminding us that strength can rise without becoming hard and endure without leaving others behind.